You're listening to the smartest guys in marketing, the best show on the planet for client businesses to learn about traffic, funnels, sales, conversions, and marketing coolness. Chris and Taylor are the founders of Traffic and Funnels, a digital marketing consultancy helping you get paid clients from cold traffic daily. Now, here are your hosts, Chris and Taylor.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Smartest Guys in Marketing podcast. Here with your hosts, Chris Evans, Taylor Welch, Big Filthy. What up?
T. Diddy and C. Nanny.
No, bro. No, we're not doing that. All right, what are we talking about in this episode?
Hold on, bro. You gotta
Bro, you're chewing that gum like Conor McGregor.
You gotta massage a little bit, bro. You can't just jump into the kiss like right away. It's like, dude, people. What if this is?
We're literally 30 seconds in. This is already getting weird.
I'm gonna let you talk since you clearly can't let anyone else take the spotlight.
I can't help it, dude. When you look this good, your hair looks this good, your shirt looks this good. You can't help but just to dominate. So
Chris is amped up because he just bought a new house and he sold his old house within like 3 days of each other. And y'all, this isn't, I don't know if house is the right word for like 5,500 square feet. This is like a mansion.
The Evans Manor.
You're gonna have chickens out there, right? Yeah. Make your own eggs.
Bomb shelter underground.
Are you really?
Yeah, bro. We got to prep for the apocalypse.
Okay. That's what we're talking about today.
Gonna have a butler. That's how to prep for the upcoming apocalypse.
What we're talking about today is the first 90 days of Traffic and Funnels. Tell them why we're talking about this.
Because everybody thinks that we're entitled little biddies, that we're rich kids.
Well, they think you are because of the words that you say, but
and the shirts I wear.
And the shirts you wear. People just don't know, man. That's the thing. Is like. Yeah. When we started this current experiment that we're running, now known as Traffic and Funnels, Smartest Guys in Marketing, we didn't know if it was going to work.
Ballers.
Yeah. My first LLC, guys, is Profit Ballers with a Z LLC.
Literally, as no lie.
I still got it today, dude.
About the mortgage guy. The mortgage
guy called me the other day, and he's like, "Hey, do you have a second?" I was like, "Yeah, give me a call." He calls me. He's like, "Hey, what is a profit baller?" I was like, man, can you show that? Can you not show that to anybody? CLLC I used to pay myself, but that's whatever. No, man, we have an interesting journey. And there are a lot of lessons, a lot of tidbits, a lot of golden nuggies.
Bro, stop. Oh my gosh.
There are a lot of things that I think people can pull out of how we started.
Some golden nugs.
So, guys, we've had a lot of caffeine, and we can't tell you this yet. You guys are going to be the first to know, but we can't tell you right now. But we're doing something fascinating, launching with a brand new marketing platform. And it's really going to change your life. Like, you'll probably never be the same. All your wildest dreams will come true overnight because of us. And we'll tell you about that later. But anyways, take us back, dude. Take us back to the beginning.
It all happened on a balmy day in April, where I was perusing the Facebooks, and I came across this post of this little guy that looked like Justin Bieber. And I was like,
still do, bro.
This is fascinating. I like that funnel. Hey, fella, I said, can you just make me a quick video?
All right, dude, I'm going to interrupt you. I can't stand this. I can't stand this. I posted a training online in a group. So not a lot of people know this.
It wasn't a training, bro. It was just a post with an image.
A lot of our organic strategies that we now help clients implement, we literally freaking invented it by doing it wrong for a long time. And this was one of my, organic posts where I was teaching and I was showing people kind of some of the results of something that I was doing with a client. I was building Infusionsoft stuff and writing copy. And Chris was like, "Hey, bro, this looks pretty cool. Why don't you record a video?" So our very first experience was Chris telling me what to do. And nothing's changed.
Nothing's changed at all. But it's worked out. It's worked out.
I was like, yeah, dude, I'll record a video for you since you're like.
It took like a week.
Entitled.
I was like, dang, man, this guy playing.
I'm busy. Games. So I posted it. I posted a video and you were like, wow, this is so good. Like, this is better than anything I'm doing right now.
That is such a lie. I was like, man, those 3 sequences, killing it, bro.
So you notice that my wife knows people that your wife knows. That's crazy. or that you know. So we got on the phone, and you told me what you were doing, and you were, I don't know if we're allowed to tell people what you were doing.
Well, I mean, it was undercover, the CIA, but no, we'll just, I was working for some clients, working on some launches.
Some big clients
some big dogs.
Yeah, really great people, great reputation. And Chris was working for them, and he was telling me, and I was like, "That's really cool. That's awesome." I was like, "Hey, dude, we should partner up, dude, and just create an agency." And he was like,
like,
"Bro,
whoa, easy, fella."
And honestly, like, this is a little bit indicative of our separate personalities, anyways. If you fast forward to now, me and Chris, we tend to have like we lean on the opposites of each other. Whereas like, man, Chris is like a high level strategy. Where are we going to be in 50 years? How does it all work together? And I'm like, dude, hey, bro, I had an idea this morning and I just sold it. So now we have to figure it out. Like really like fast implementation, hit the ground running. And I think that there are pros and cons, strengths and weaknesses to both sides, which is why together I feel like we really balance each other out appropriately. But this is an example of that where I was like, okay, this guy seems cool. I feel good in my gut about it. Hey, man, let's start an agency. And Chris needed like, a decade to make that judgment call. And so he was like, no. Like, that's weird. Don't ever ask me that again.
Pretty sure you're.
What if I took all your money? What would you do then? And then I was like, wow, that's really weird for someone to even ask me that. So, all right, man, see you later. And that's how it ended.
Yeah, we still stayed in communication. Like you were like Skyping me every day. Like, hey, bro, what do you think I should do about this? Hey, bro,
that's not true at all, dude.
My wife is mad at me. I'm like, all right, let's just get on a call and I'll help you. No, but we did say in communication because we both love marketing.
Well, you sent me some clients and I sent you some clients, but you couldn't close them because you don't know how to close. So
I need the money, bro. I'm like, oh my gosh, there's gonna be so much work. Screw this.
There's so many jabs in this podcast. People are probably confused. We need to straighten up, bro. Let's be real. All right.
Go.
Anyways, yeah.
So that was like April 2015.
Yeah.
And we stayed in contact like almost every day. And then July, I think we were at a point both where we're like, man, yeah, let's really consider pushing forward and starting an agency at that point. Because I was heavy on the traffic side. You were heavy on the copy and the funnel side. And it just obviously made sense. I don't know who it was. We're like, dude, we should call our company Traffic and Funnels. I wonder if the domain is.
It was you. Because one day you were like, hey, man, I bought this domain. I was like, what? We're not even partners. What are you talking? He's like, dude, I think we should talk. I have Skype messages from me being at the lake on the North Shore, July 2015. And you being like, bro, how much money do you think we can make? And I'm like, just like typing up offers and thinking. I was like, dude, I think we could do $100,000 a month. And you were like, shut the front door. Oh my God. And we were just freaking out. And I couldn't wait to get back home because I'm stuck on vacation with family. And I'm like, all I want to do is go build this thing, go work.
Yeah.
It's such a powerful drive. And you bought the domain and it was like, all right, now what do we do? And then we got back home and then I almost chickened out at the end of July, which we don't need to tell that story because nobody cares.
I don't know, bro. Maybe we should. Well, here's the thing. It just shows the strength of our relationship.
Care to explain?
Which is me. No, Taylor was having he was getting cold feet, and I was like, bro, let's just do this. We're going for it. So,
well, dude, because I had it good, man. Like at the time, like I was kind of in a little bit of a struggle bunny place where my income was up and down. But dude, like here I am, like I'm a brand new entrepreneur. I've only been doing this for like a year.
Living at your mom's house.
Not still living at my mom's house. And I'm like, dude, the month of June, I think here's what it was. Like the month of June, I made like $36,000. And I was like, dude, I don't have to do it. I was like, I didn't want to kill myself. But, I was just like, man, am I moving too fast? And then one of the mentors I had was like, man, you shouldn't partner. It's no fun. And like now in hindsight, it's like, you really have to be careful that you choose the right partner. And that's what he was saying is like, if you partner with someone, we're dealing with an upper echelon client right now who has like some partners that he's outgrown them. And it's like, man, that's like the recipe for disaster. And the thing about us is like the chances that one or the other is going to outgrow the other person is like slim to none.
Yeah.
We're super competitive
with each other. Like we push each other.
Dude, you're never gonna outgrow me. And I'll probably never outgrow you. This is that pace. We just keep up with each other. But anyways, August, sat on, opened a Google Doc. We started asking people, what do you need help with? You started talking to people in your network. I started talking to people in my network. I had a giant email list of like 127. Massive. And you didn't have an email list, did you? No, you did have an email list from the affiliate launch, but you hadn't emailed them in like 2 years.
Yeah.
Which is embarrassing. It's like,
good job, Chris.
Anyway, so we emailed out my list of like 127 people, and my mom was on there like 27 times. And just kidding, Mom, I love you. And we got like three strategy sessions.
Yeah.
And I was basically like, hey, what do you need help with? And they all three said like different things, and we sold all three of them different things.
Like, oh yeah, we can help you with that. Oh, I'm building a house. Oh, we got you.
One of them was a photographer. He needed like an Infusionsoft funnel. I was like, we'll build you that for $3,000. Another one was like, I just need help developing a high ticket offer. And I was like, oh, we'll build that with you for $3,000. And then another person, who was the third person?
I don't even remember.
It was something else that was totally not related. So we just sold different things. This is what we call now market validation. Chris says this all the time, validate before you automate. And this is why, like, you got to go onto the market and see what people are willing to purchase, what economically they're willing to trade in return for a solution, and then find that problem that sits with you the best and kind of build your business around that. So I remember when we got our first credit card, and I don't know where you were, but I was heading out of town for a wedding, and we ran it for the first time. It was like $3,000 paid in full. And we were both like oh my gosh, like we just created money out of nothing. And this elation that lasted for about 10 minutes. And then it was like, shoot, like what the F are we going to do? Because now this client's like wanting us to help them do something, and we have to go figure this out. And we built like a Google Doc, and we just got on the phone with this person and solved this problem.
Yeah.
You know, that was the beginning.
I think the thing too to remember is like so many times people, the thing that's keeping them from moving forward and actually either validating an offer or building their business or whatever it might be is that they're just afraid to get their hands dirty. And we weren't. Just like, screw it. Let's just put it to market. Let's try something. And many times it won't work, but eventually it's going to work. And that's what we do now. We help people accelerate that path and that timeline.
Yeah, and people still come in and they want to build out an offer and record a bunch of videos and do a bunch of things before they sell it. And the problem with that is that you'll build the wrong thing.
I've done that before, and it was extremely embarrassing.
Yeah, it was. I remember you talking about that. So fast forward like 30 days, and I posted about this a while back in the Smartest Guys in Marketing, which if you're not in that group, you got to go check it out. But our very first month, I think we did like $3,000 in revenue. And our second month, we did like $12,000 in revenue. So we did like one client in the first month, and then 3 clients or 4 clients in the second month. And it ended up taking us about 50 calls before, not 50 clients, 50 calls before it was like, Chris, Taylor, sitting down, here's what our offer needs to be, because this is what the majority of people need. Here's the language they're using. Here's where people are stressed out. That's kind of how we built our offer. And by December, I think we had done like probably 30 grand in revenue. And that was when you were like, man, you know what? I'm going to let my clients go. And I was like, dude, same. I'm letting my clients go, and went full time with the business in January. We hadn't paid ourselves anything from August to December. We just kept it all in the business, completely self-funded, pulling out pieces of it to pay for paid traffic, and kind of reinvested it to grow it to what it ultimately is now, which is like, able to pull in over $500,000 a month from nothing if you back out and go back to the beginning.
So can we get back up just a little bit?
Yeah, man, we can do whatever.
So we had signed just a handful of clients. And at that point, I think we had about 7, 8, 9 grand in the bank. It's okay. Like, we weren't going to spend this on rent or going out and buying a Tesla just yet. We were going to put that money into our feeder funnel, which is part of our system. So we built out a webinar. We set that up. We set up paid ads, and we started generating appointments. Remember that, dude? Like when we first got our our first strategy session from paid traffic and the feeling that was.
Dude, it was amazing. It was amazing. But before that, we were spending money and we weren't even getting opt-ins. We had to fix that first. I remember that. I was walking around in Dallas. It was like, dude, why are we paying $70 a lead? That was rough. And then once we finally fixed that, dude, those first few applications, and we used to freak out every single time an application came in.
We still love it.
We'd be like, boom. We do, but it's different now. You know, we'll do 15 applications a day now, so you don't freak out as much. But there's nothing like
those of you who don't know what an application is basically a prospect coming to you asking you, hey, I need your help. And so they give us all the information about their business, where they're at. So we know if they might be a good fit or not. So yeah, we just started we stayed steady because we were both still really busy with our own separate things. Me more so because I was doing like really intense launches. You had a little bit more time, which was awesome. It worked out well. And so then when we made the decision to go all in, we had gone away for like 2 weeks in December, right? Like we kind of shut everything down.
Turned it down, yeah.
Well, it was completely off. Like we didn't have anything.
Yeah.
Running. And so we had made some sales. December was our best month. I think we did like 30 grand.
Yeah, it was. It was our best month.
So we shut everything down. I think last 2 weeks of December. And then going into the new year, turned traffic back on. And our first week was booked out with calls.
Yeah, we had like over 20 appointments.
Which is the power of having the feeder funnel. Mm-hmm. Just having that control and that dial, turning it on and off when you want. So at that point, we still were like planning to do agency work along with our consulting offer. Right. So we got in, we hit January with force, man. You remember that?
Yeah. Did over 100 grand in January in revenue.
127.
We did 127, but remember one of them backed out. So didn't do 127.
122.
Yeah. So then we spent some money on a mentor. And to this day, dude, we still spend quite a bit of money on mentors and people that are ahead of us right around. And just some people who are like equally as talented in other areas. But we hired a mentor and he was like, man, you got to stop doing agency work because of like what you've got going on with the consulting. We did that. And then February was awful. We did like less than 40 grand in February.
I was like, oh my God, that like January was a fluke.
Yeah, the economy crashed.
I remember we were like, dude, we were high as kites coming off January because over $100,000 we had made in 1 month.
And that's like what you made the whole year before.
Yeah, well, a little bit less, but I mean, it was
So February was a rough month, and then March, April, May.
So hold on,
June.
Let's stay at February real quick. It was like a slump, like it was a mindset battlefield because we hadn't had a long experience yet in this business. We went full time January, we killed it. Like, okay, this is going to be normal, right? Going into February, it was like we did less than $40,000 in revenue. It was like, oh frick! Like, did we make?
We spent the same amount. We spent the same amount of money in ads.
Yeah,
and honestly, most of that wasn't even Chris. Most of that was me. So at this time, like, Chris was running all the ads and doing all the traffic side, and I was doing all the sales. And I still hadn't really learned like how to handle those conversations appropriately all the time. Like I was real tactical, and you contrast that with now, where it's like we're more strategic than even tactical. Where it's like, dude, you're gonna have rough weeks, you're gonna have slumps. But in February, that was like my first slump that I didn't really know how to deal with, and so I took what would probably should have been a 1 week slump, and I turned it into 2 weeks, and I turned it into 3 weeks, and then I turned it into 4 weeks before I finally was able to like talk myself back into the sweet spot.
How was that process? Like, what did you do about?
Dude, I mean, having mentors is probably the biggest thing because we had spent a significant amount of money to be able to talk to people who had been through the same thing. And they were like, dude, look at my numbers here. Look at my numbers there. Look at this. Like, this is all normal. This isn't people, we're not in the Great Depression right now like you're acting. You need to grow up a little bit. And so that was really helpful. And then, I mean, I can get, how brass tacks do you want me to get?
No, we can move on. I think just it's important that we hit that spot. It was a slump. It sucked, and we pulled out. And one of the big keys is we had someone in our corner saying, yeah, been through this. This is what you got to do. Get your mind.
And here's what to think about, and here's what to look at, and here are the levers that you need to pull to get out of it. And now it's kind of what we do for people on our turf. But February, we kind of went through that, got out of it. And then March to today, every month, except for like 2, have been revenue records every single month.
Yeah. Which a lot of people can't handle that. I mean, it's very fast paced growth that we've gone through.
Yeah.
Because
we talked about that in the memos.
Yeah. We've been there and if you guys aren't on the memos, you have to get there. TrafficandFunnels.com/memos. But we've had this company for about, 22 months?
Yeah.
Somewhere in that range. And so we went from 0 to $500,000 a month in revenue within that time frame. And so with that has come a lot of chaos and a lot of turbulence and a lot of insanity. So again, you have to be the right person to kind of handle that, or have the right people in your corner that when you go through and you're getting punched and beat up, they got your back. They coach you.
Bro, not everybody even wants that. There's nothing wrong if you don't want that. We talk to people all the time, and it's like, man, what would change? What would be like the dream? And they're like, man, if I can make $50,000 a month, I could take my family on any vacation I wanted. I could live in the house we wanted to live. I could give back. I could take care of, philanthropic initiatives that I'm passionate about. And it's like, dude, whatever that number is for you, that's fine. That's your number. And the important thing is that you have to recognize and be able to have the proper assessment and analytic ability to say, can I get there on my own? And if not, you've got to do something about that and put yourself into a position to utilize the resources of others to get there.
Yeah. And I'll just tell you right now, if you've been doing something for quite a while and you haven't expanded, like for me, it was a long time before I hired a coach. It was one of the stupidest things I've ever done. But if you've been in that cycle for a long time, then you need to hire someone to coach you and to push you. Do you agree?
Absolutely.
Cool. All right.
That's why people hate us, because they ain't us.
Favor ain't fair, bruh.
What are we talking about next time, dude?
Dude, we're going to talk about it wasn't always this easy. People think business.
You forgot the sub-headline. I worked a long time on that.
Prehistoric days of marketing and business.
Boom! That's what everybody wants to hear.
Boom, boom. Hey, should we really quickly talk about our method?
No.
All right.
No, I don't think so. If you guys want the method, you just become a client. Figure that out.
Ouch.
That's pop.
Stone.
Dude, I'm just being
stone cold, bruh.
I told him, bro, I'm going to help you guys. I'm gonna pull out the gold nugs in our stories. I gave him all the gold nugs. That's all you need.
All right. Cool.
All right, guys. TrafficandFunnels.com/memos. TrafficandFunnels.com/gift. G.
What's a gi?
GIFT.
Like the gi in jiu-jitsu or?
Yeah, exactly. All right, y'all.
Sorry, bro. I got
Sounds good. Peace.
TrackingFunnels.com/podcast. TrackingFunnels.com/ No, I'm just kidding. See you guys.
This is the podcastfactory.com.